Let's turn to HLN legal analyst Joey Jackson and psychotherapist Dr. Robi Ludwig now, who've been standing by patiently. Joey, I'm going to start with you. Are the charges against Torres adequate, and are there any special circumstances, things like child-related, gun-related, vehicle-related crimes?
Ali, they are. Tough story to talk about, and, road rage resulting in death, 4 years old, miserable. The issue about whether the charges are appropriate, whenever you charge murder, where you could get life in jail without the possibility of parole, indeed it is. Now, of course, we know New Mexico does not have the death penalty. Many may argue that this is such a crime where the death penalty may be appropriate. So in the event that he's convicted of the full, range of charges, which range from the open murder count to shooting into the car to child abuse itself, then of course he'll face that. What I should note briefly, though, is that the prosecutors very cleverly charged something called open murder. And what that is briefly is it's allowing the prosecutor to argue multiple theories in front of the jury at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, he intentionally did it. If you don't find he intentionally did it, clearly you'll then find another theory, Ali, that he did it with a depraved heart. He lacked humanity. So even though not intentional, it can be deemed depraved. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, he did it in the course of committing another felony, discharging his weapon into that vehicle, and as a result, guilty. So the open murder charge allows a lot of flexibility in terms of the prosecutor securing a conviction.
Joey, just really quick, could the father potentially be held responsible in any way for the outcome?
I don't see that. What I do see, however, is the defense using that to what we call a mitigating factor. And what that would do is it would lessen the charge from murder to manslaughter. How? Because the defense will argue provocation. He did it, the shooter, in the heat of passion. Didn't mean to do it. However, he was under such mental duress and so passionate about the road rage that it can't be murder, ladies and gentlemen. It's instead manslaughter. And as a result, you're looking at 3 years instead of your life in prison.
Yeah, you say mental duress. What better time to turn to Dr. Robi Ludwig for that angle? Does it take a specific type of individual, or could just anybody snap and be guilty of something like this, Dr. Robi?
Well, certainly anybody can fall victim to road rage, but fortunately most people don't act on it in a homicidal way. But there are people who fall under the diagnosis of intermittent explosive disorder. And those are personalities who overreact to minor frustrations or frustrations in general in a more volatile way. So they don't handle anger or aggression in the way that most people do. Find a way to take a breath and gain perspective. So these personalities can be more violent, and when you're in your car, it's almost like you're in your home, and people behave the way they do in their home, very comfortable. So sometimes these murderous personalities are abusive in the home, violent in the home, and we see that on the road as well.
Yeah, Joey Jackson, Dr. Robi Ludwig obviously gives us all a moment of pause. We all drive almost every day. Certainly time to think twice about getting involved in any altercations while we're out there. Thank you both.